Welcome to our homestead.
Hey friends, so this video is from 2022, so just bear with us as we are giggly and silly and trying to figure out how to do a YouTube video. But I wanted to post it just because it is sweet memories of my kids, so enjoy.
Welcome to our garden.
We're gonna put plants in it. Yeah. Goodbye.
What do I say? Hey y'all, welcome back to our peaceful haven. This is our garden. Right now it is full of mulch and nothing else, but hopefully by this spring and this summer we will have lots of plants growing. Today we are making some planting potting mix. Take two. Potting mix for our plants. Our garden has rested for the past several years. Right now we've just got mulch on top of a couple layers of cardboard. We normally till this ground, but this year we're not going to till it, or put some compost down, and then we'll plant our seedlings that we start or put seeds straight to the ground, and then we'll go from there. So we're going to try a little bit of a different method this year and see how that goes. So looking back on this, we were keeping a Jubilee year for our garden, and we didn't have plants in that garden. And then the year after, we were gone on a trip across the United States. So our garden actually got like 2 or 3 years with no plants in it, but it ended up being super healthy, and very thankful for that time that our garden got to rest. Okay, so the whole point of this video when I made it was to show a potting mixture that I had found from another YouTuber, and I will link her below. It's the Seasonal Homestead. She had shared her potting mixture that she used to start her seeds, and so we were trying to recreate our own mixture with what we had at our local feed store. We had potting mix, we had black cow manure, peat moss, bone meal, blood meal, perlite, and I believe that was everything that we used and mixed into the mixture. I'm sorry, I cannot remember the quantities that we used, but I will link her and her blog post or her YouTube and see if that will help you guys. We possibly will do this again this year. This mixture that we made and the amount that we made ended up working really well for the amount of seeds that we started, and we were able to add some of it to our soil as we were transplanting our seedlings into the garden. And just as a side note, we used this for soil blocking and it worked just fine. When we were doing this, I had an idea of what her recipe was for the seed starting mix, but I do not remember what it was, like I said. So if you want to just watch, some of this will be in fast motion. I don't know that I really want to narrate the entire thing since I don't recall exactly what we did, but I will link it and that will be helpful. And then if we do this again this year, then I will reshoot this video and definitely provide more information. Okay, here I get a bright idea, and let's do this together.
It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work.
Can I put a little bit more in it?
What kind of cake are you making? A mud pie!
Can I put some more in there?
That's not a
Can I
cake.
put this in there?
We were using some sort of something that we had found in the barn that had mesh, and thinking that that would nicely sift the mixture, but it really did not work very well. We were just a little bit early in starting our seeds last year. We were just so excited for warmer weather and getting outside in the sunshine, and so we were all coming together to work on this project. It was fun to get our hands dirty, but this year we will probably wait a week or two, depending on the weather, longer than we did last year to start our seeds. We were trying everything to get this mulch to sift easier so that we wouldn't have such large chunks of mulch in the mixture, so that when we did use the seed blocking tool, or even just put them inside of the containers that we were going to use, that we didn't have large pieces in there, because that's just not good for seed starting. So we were trying our best and the efforts were great, but you'll see we keep working at this, but it was just a lot of work. So once again, hindsight's 2020. If we do that this year, we will definitely be more prepared with a method to make this work easier for us. Work smarter, not harder. At this point, we only had 2 chickens in our flock. We have had several flocks of chickens before, and we were down to these 2 Rhode Island Reds, which were good girls, and honestly, they may still be part of our flock. We can't remember. I think we lost one of them because we could tell which one was older, but I'm not sure anymore if we still have one of the girls or not in the mix of all of the ones that we have currently in 2023.
Found this out in the woods, and we polished it up, and now we're deciding whether or not we want to turn it into a hatchet or an axe. So, yeah.
this mulch is already sifted. And this one we just sifted. Can you see the difference? They're different color. That's so cool.
That's cool. I'll use the video closer the next time.
Ready?
This, you know what this is? Cow poop. Let's mix that in and see what that looks like. Several buckets to keep in the barn until they were needed for the garden or later seed starting. And we went ahead and started some onion seeds and a couple other things, but it turns out that the onions didn't really like being started as seedlings. They did okay. They're actually still in the ground, and we'll see what they look like this coming year. So here we took all of our seed starts and we put them down in our cellar, which is below our kitchen. It doesn't get heated or cooled, but it does stay a fairly steady temperature down there. And we have some grow lights that my husband installed a couple years back, and it's just where we store our cans and canned food, and seems to work out pretty well. But our seeds can get started down there. They get some natural light, and they can also get the fluorescent lighting to help them get started. I took a vinegar jar and I poked holes in the lid and just used that to water my plants. It did okay. My son schooled me on why it didn't work very well, and he's like, you know, a gasoline can has the little air vent thing, and that's why it's not working, Mom. And I was like, well, aren't you smart and telling your mom something that she didn't know? By that point, of course, we're all starving, so I decided to make breakfast for dinner, which is super easy typically. I made turkey sausage and gravy and scrambled eggs and biscuits, and we all sat down together and had a nice warm meal, and it's just lovely to spend that time together at the table and talk and pray and share how our day went, and sometimes we'll even go around the table and tell what we love about each other. So I just recommend that you always take that time to spend together. It doesn't have to be every night, but you know, a family like ours, we're together all day, every day for every meal. So we don't always sit together at the dinner table, but we do make it a priority to spend time together and talk to each other. Hear, O Yisrael, Yahuwah our Elohim, Yahuwah is one. And you shall love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your being, and with all your might. And these words which I am commanding you today shall be in your heart, and you shall impress them upon your children, and speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up, and shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. And Yahuwah commanded us to do all of these laws, to fear Yahuwah our Elohim for our good always, to keep us alive as it is today. And it is righteousness for us when we guard to do all this command before Yahuwah our Elohim, as he has commanded us.